timestamp, 11:30 a.m. Sounds late. Well, for me it is. I normally like to get out there after first light, but I know this pack. Wolves are something called crepuscular, not nocturnal. Not many people know that. So wolves will actually take advantage of the morning and the evening. If you look at the timestamp on a lot of my videos, if I show them, sometimes I'll edit it off or zoom out, just depending on what I want to do with the image. This particular pack, so this is the old pack, yeah, not the new one that I've just found in my videos. This is the one that I've put images up before on like a river. Well, they like the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock mark around that area, and so I don't want to, you know, jump the gun and get here too early, because as I keep saying, I don't want to see them because I don't want them to be affected by my presence. But we've bumped shoulders a few times, not in a bad way. Everything's been good. I've never had a bad experience here, and I give them the respect, and I appreciate what they give me in return. I'm never going to push that. So they're there, and I just need to make sure that I don't bump into them. And if I do, that's fine. We'll figure it out. You know, it's all about instinct. Fresh beaver chew. Those guys. I can see every tooth mark on that log. Here we are at the site that has provided me with images before consistently. And then before I go through here and disrupt it, there's plenty of tracks coming out across this beaver dam. It's a big decision now on whether I decide to put the camera up in the same spot, which I do love, or if I have a little roam around and see if there's another trail to put the camera on a bit further away from here, which is still gorgeous, but maybe I can have better luck capturing something. What I mean by that is, in the winter the river freezes up, so the animals can cross anywhere they want, really, across the ice. So there's a narrower chance of getting them, and then once that, obviously, the river becomes open again, once the ice melts in spring, the animals are then funneled back into here, and that's why I got all those bears and everything coming across here as they came out of hibernation. Just been stopped in my tracks by an odor. It's very important to have all your senses wide open. I think what I can smell is in there. Looks like it goes way back. Look at that. I bet you there's a hibernating animal in there. So we're going to move out of this area, although something has been using this. Yeah, we're getting out of here because I can hear something snoring. Okay, well, we're gonna make a call here, and I'm gonna make the very tough decision to not put a camera out this time. I've just gone deeper into the forest and I found some stuff I didn't like. Some old snares and some old traps. And I don't want to risk putting the camera out if somebody does come to them. I don't think they will, they're very old. This spot's been so good to me. Maybe we'll come back in spring, but I will be contacting conservation, see if we can get all this stuff taken out of here. It's got no information on there, no tags on there. He shouldn't be here, so I'm going to be upset that we won't be seeing this view for a little while. I'm also going to be excited about coming here when we can. So we'll find somewhere else. Doesn't change the plan. We know they're here, but that's a job for another day now. Okay, here we are at the camera. Complete transparency for you guys. I didn't film coming into here because outside the perimeter of where this camera is, there's a incredibly fresh wolf track that's run by, and I can hear the ravens. And for that reason, I opted not to film too much coming into here. I feel like it's moved away now. When I was on my knees like this, working the camera, I caught something in my eye about 100 meters in over there, and I could see a wolf running from the right hand of the screen to the left hand side of the screen. So they're active and present, and I want to get out of here as soon as I can. I'm not scared. Don't feel intimidated at all. They know I'm here, and that's good. Got to keep my wits about me, as we would say back home in the UK, and I need to zone in completely to my senses. That includes my smell, my sound, and my sight. And I'm listening to the energy of the forest as well, because when they're around, it goes super quiet. And sometimes, obviously, the ravens do that quack thing that's actually pretty terrifying. So we'll keep an eye out. I'm going to set this camera back up and head out, and I'll take you through those tracks. And we're going to follow those for a bit because they're leading part of the way to our next camera. And if I feel like it's a bit close for comfort with anything, I will just peel out and we'll come back another time. Okay, as you focusing on the right hand side, I'm on a track which leads through the forest. This is not one that I follow, this is one that I cross, and then I go off quite a way past this to get to those lovely trees that I set the camera up on. And you can see this wolf track, and it's very big. So normally the other pack that I followed, if you look at some of my older videos with just a trail cam before I tried this vlogging thing, you'll see that I found some grey wolves there, and actually I only took a few photos of things and shared a few clips of them. You know, it was kind of a private thing. But I know the tracks. I know how many there are. I can tell by my bare eye that they are the wolves that I photographed, just from pure knowing the animal. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I do. Now, I don't know if this is a technical thing, but I like to mark the back heel. So back heel, 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot. I'm going to mark the front of that. And what I like to do, I like to put my stick, which I use, it's of no significant value or anything. I found it in the woods and I like it. So I like to put this down, and I can compare that really to any other animals. So my stick right now is covering 1, 2 and a 3/4 strides, with a whole other one up there. Now, I'm fortunate that my boot size is exactly 1 foot long, no pun intended. So what I can do is quite easily, without the need of a tape measure, remember it gets cold here, I don't like to fiddle around in -40. I'm going to match that stick heel to toe, heel to toe. This is exactly how it is on a tape measure for me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As we get to the last one, 6 foot 10 inches. This is a very large animal. Okay, we're approaching the second camera, my older one. Tons of activity here, which is interesting. I don't know what they are. Lots of deer tracks for sure. I'm not sure if there's any wolves in there or not, but we'll have a look. Don't have and I've been wrong before, but I don't have a good feeling about this location. So if there's nothing this time, I'm going to pull this camera and have a think about what to do with it. I might just try and set it up on the higher ground. Okay, so I opted to move the camera because there's 10 images on there, which is fine, but I just got a stronger feeling about this area. I've put it on a increased gradient going up onto the high ground, and there's plenty of traffic gone through here, and it's going to be facing downhill to the valley bottom. There's a fallen tree to the right and a tree to the left, which seems to make a natural narrowing into this used trail. So let's give this a whirl for a week or two. Can always move it, and this looks a bit more promising. I think the wolves are coming from the bottom and going to the top. There's obviously hundreds of acres that they can choose from, thousands. So we just need to try and narrow down on what they're doing, and definitely hearing lots of raven activity up there too. So got a good feeling about this one. I'm going to set this up and walk away. There's that background that I like so much. That tree just twisted over, it snapped there. The way that the shrubbery's been twisted and bent over. A natural fork in the road. These trees are magnificent. Every piece of bark on there slots in just like a jigsaw puzzle. I've got a urine spray here. A wheeze there, and it's dragged it across there. So something's been coming through here. Beautiful. So it was a gamble. I'm excited to see if there's anything on there. Okay, here we are. This is the best camera that I own, technology-wise. I've got nothing against other companies. This is the SkyPoint Force Pro, 4K video and sound. Okay. As much as I like this location, I'm not seeing significant sign that my track's going through there. I'm not seeing a well-used travel corridor. Ultimately, if I was to leave the camera up here, I'm absolutely certain we would get a wolf on there, if not something else. I've got some images on there, what looks like a fisher or a raccoon. I can't tell, it's moving very fast, but I'll examine that when I get home, and I might share it on the video. But no other predators on there other than that, and that's what I'm in it for. And with that, got a very nice camera. I love the sharpness of the video. I'll be moving it along. So my plan right now was to go to my older site, the Beaver Dam, but that's a good 30 kilometers away, cross country through the forest, and I'm going to work this area. I've decided. I have 2 cameras on me right now, and I'm gonna put them out, and we'll figure out how to get out to the Beaver Dam another time, I think. Okay, here we are picking up this trail. This is absolutely fresh from this morning. This high ground, I hope, is getting picked up by the camera. So this high ground to my left is where I come across and down, but further away from where I am right now. So I haven't come over this mound. And this is interesting that we've got some fresh sign to go on. As I came down, I noticed a raven flying by croaking, and they've led me to some amazing experiences the last couple of weeks. And I've got no doubt at all that that's what it was. And as I came down the mound and I cross over an old forest trail, I noticed this set of fresh tracks, and it branched into two. Then I noticed that there's another two coming from the opposite direction, and I haven't seen any more yet. Now I'm going to be interested to see where they go, because I thought they would go to the right towards the river, and it looks like they might terminate here. Do they and go left, or my eyes adjust here? Let's see. Oh no, here we go, guys. Well, welcome to the rest of the pack. So we've got the two joining on here. We've got the original track going up there, and we've got something, looks like that could be a deer that's run down there, and I don't see the pack chasing that deer, so we're gonna keep moving. Skies are turning dark here, and I'm not going to do it for much longer. I need to get turned around. Okay, here we go. We've got an increase in speed, and we've got two pads per hole. And this looks like two animals to me running at speed here in the same hole. And up here, gosh, here we go. We might be onto a kill. We've got disruption in the ground, heavy disruption in the snow. Deer tracks coming back out of the bush here. It's been startled. There's been a lot of turning around here. It's tried to go that way onto them marks there. It's seen a wolf come in and it's took off. It looks like it's gone up there. Oh, maybe a couple of them. It looks like deer tracks going up there too. Oh, let's get inside the mind of a predator for a moment. One's took off uphill. Looks like it's been saved. And it looks like the pack has followed along the flats, and we're going to see if there's any. That's a heavy trod mark. It's gone through the snow into the mud and picked the mud up from the deer. Interesting, one wolf has actually gone up to the higher ground too, so the two wolves have branched off here. One's gone high, obviously, for that deer there. One's gone low for that deer there, no escape. They're going. Now let's just talk about this for a second. I don't know what we're going to come into, if anything. Good chance the deer's got away. If we see blood, we're out of here. If there's a carcass, we're out of here. If there's wolves, we're out of here. Okay, it seems that we have entered an area where the pack has begun to regroup. And it's going to go steep up there, up onto that ridge. Look at this. Super fresh. This is interesting. I'm just trying to work out direction of travel. Do I go that way? Looks like there's some disruption in the snow down there. Or do I go this way? And it looks like this is back on the big wolf track here. I've got a toe mark and a toe mark going that way. And I'm pretty certain that's traveling that way. Or pretty certain they are traveling this way. Nice to see a clear one, but you can see how these are leaving the mush there like that. This is not long ago, and I'm aware. Oh, there we go. Toe print at the front, pad at the back, pad, and toe. It's gone this way. Here we go. Another animal. Two animals. That's a hare. Took the shortcut there. This bit of a ATV trail. I'm not sure I'm going to go much further. They've gone down there, I think. I need to think about turning around and heading back. A lovely little trail going through there, but I don't know what. It's not very big. Yep, we made it up onto this little ledge. And, oh, here we go. It's a wolf. That's a wolf truck. It's a wolf truck. They have gone that way. They've gone all sorts of ways. But they've gone in there. And we're going to follow it for a little bit because I've got a couple of minutes. I like the look of that tree. Let's go, let's do it together. Nice and slow here. The tracks are close together. They are. I wonder if there's any fur on here. Maybe not. See if you can focus on there. See what I'm seeing. Oh wow, look at that one. Yeah, you see the definition of the back paw print, the paw pad I should say, cold. So please excuse my slurriness. Yeah, we've got a back paw print and then you can see the forward pads. That's probably is not a smart idea. I'm so tempted to set one up right here on this tree. I think we're going to get a lot of rabbits. This could be a a one-time pass of the wolves. This might not be a regular corridor, but I can't see why not either. Because there's definitely a trail here. They've gone through in multiple lines. So the pack's gone this way. This looks like the most obvious run, and then as you look at this area here, I almost imagine I'm leaping over. But it'd be nice to see if there's any fur on any of these branches or anything. This is part of tracking that people often overlook. It's easy to fall for the footprint when there's lots of other clues. Potentially this break in the stick here could have been knocked down by a torso of a wolf that would be about the right height. It's jumped on and snapped it down. I can tell by looking at that is not fresh snappage. That's snappage that's been done over time. I can see on the next log along that there's snow been flicked off by maybe a tail tip or a paw as it's gone over it. I'm going to have a little peek up further and I might leave one for nostalgia, just because we're out here and we put the effort in, we burnt the calories. What I'm not hearing is ravens. In fact, it's very quiet, and that's a significant sign. This is what I was talking about with the disruption in the snow. This has been weathered over time, but you can't help but look at the breakages in it going that way, which would suggest the direction of travel too matches with wear and tear over a long time. And this more than anything here, yeah, look at this here, this little notch there. Is that I can smell an odor. Gosh, guys, I wonder if this is wonder if this is... I wonder if this is it. I wonder if this is the location. I'm looking for fur. I want to see some fur. I'm going to go a little bit more. This is where I need to start resisting. So I keep doubting myself about these tracks just with the amount of snowshoe hare ones. Hopefully in focus that you can see there on this little twig. That's definitely a grey piece of tuft of hair. I found a few, and that's definitely, just for clarification here, no denial, absolutely undeniable wolf track, and there appears to be lots of them. So I'm pretty sure it's not just a one pass through. I'm pretty certain that this is potentially an area that they lay up. Why would anyone be here? It's not passable. There's lots of tracks even that way. Alright, granted there's lots of other animals. Oh, this is fresh today. The same track led me here. Let's chance it. Let's try it. I'm going to put my nice new camera on here. I'm going to leave it. And I hope you guys stick with me to see what's on it, because I understand everyone wants to see the results, and all I'm merely doing is vlogging the hobby that I enjoy doing so much. It gets me out here. I love being out here. I feel a connection. In between the windbreaks, I'm hearing ravens. Unfortunately, the microphone I've got doesn't pick that up very well. I want you to know that I only tell the truth, and I hope to prove that to you one day. I was a bit quicker this morning. I would have got a juicy photograph of a wolf on my camera. Okay, it's not the best placement. I'm going to run it. I've got two cameras out. I've got one on this log pile here, and I went further up the trail and I put one facing the other way. If we get anything, we're going to get it twice, hopefully. It's going to be full of wind triggers, I know this. The batteries are going to get depleted, I know this. But if we can get one wolf, maybe a glimpse of the whole pack going through this trail, I'm on a winner. What a wicked location. Nearly missed it, glad I didn't. And lots of multiple tracks joining in on it as it goes. I didn't go too far up there. There's definitely an odor up there. So I'd just like to show for reference when I was showing the wolf tracks there and how it's fresh, because I could see it deteriorating into this puddle-like mess, slush, and I could gauge how old it was. And obviously I had the information about the raven, and I knew what the track was to start with, so I knew the raven, the wolf, the track is there. But here's my tracks now. So I was following it in snow, I reckon about 30 minutes behind it. I've been up that mountainous bit there and done my thing for about maybe 30 minutes or so, and then I've come back down, so you can see how my track has started to appear the same as the wolf now. Well, I got to get out of here. It's sure getting cold now. I shouldn't have been out here this long, and yeah, I got places to be, so I'm gonna have to get a move on here. So bear with me again. I find myself running out of here a lot, but that's all good. Okay, just here at the second camera, and we've got a wolf pack come through. Obviously it's been super cold here now, minus 40, 41 degrees Celsius at night, ambient, and cameras struggle at that temperature. I've got a video of one running through, but there would have been at least one or two before it to trigger the slow response of the camera. But I'm really happy that we've got it now. Just cameras here, There's a live trail that goes up and round, and then the terrain goes right up there. And at the top of the terrain there, I don't know if you can, there in that sort of diamond shape, the beginning of the step, I like to call it, is up there, and there was a wolf just watching me. It's about 70 meters away and about 50 feet incline. I thought actually it was just a broken tree. It took my eye because it was slightly rounded. It didn't have a natural shape of a tree. And I carried on doing what I was doing. You know, it's cold here, so I'm trying to work quickly, and then I look up again, it's gone. And I can hear over to that direction there, I can hear kind of just the odd creep, like a step on a stick and stuff, and I've had no sign of aggression. It's the second time in 2 times that I've been out here to check my cameras, and I've seen a wolf. Okay, we're back here. Forgive the lack of microphone, I hope you can hear me okay. It's just so cold, I don't think the microphone battery will work. So this is the top of that ledge where I nearly missed when I put the camera out, and it's definitely getting used, so I'm excited to see what we've got. Okay guys, I've moved one of my cameras so that it's facing the far end of that ridge trail, and this is as far as I am going. This is a lot of sign here in the snow. We've got play, we've got rolling around, we've got running, bounding, jumping, we've got ravens, and I've heard howling in the trees in the distance. This is a frequented area. I don't want to get too personal with them. I'm guessing because of the break in the canopy, so they can get out in the sun and stuff. This is a direct hit. I think we're close to where they're laying up, and I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to leave this for a little while now and see what it can get. So this is the top of the ridge where the pack have ran, coming towards the camera. They've cleared in one leap this sort of ATV trail, if you like, and they have continued climbing up at speed, I guess. That's what I got on the camera. Tremendous, athletic, apex predators.